Good afternoon and welcome back to Tea Time with Tammy, you beautiful, powerful women out there on social media. I want to thank you for taking the time out to listen to my video today, my little power shot segments. I truly appreciate your time. And I truly appreciate all those who are sharing my videos because my desire is to get the word out so that I can be a help to someone or many people. But if I just help one person, I've done my job. So I'm thankful and I enjoy doing these videos. So let's get started with our second topic for today. Last week we talked about what legacy are you leaving, and I asked some questions as to what will you be known for once you expire. And again, as I said last week, we all have an expiration date, and I expressed that when I expire, even though I won't be around to hear it, I desire my eulogy to be a good one. I desire to be well spoken of. I desire to be known for positive things and not negative things. And that's pretty much what my topic is about. What's going to be said about you when you expire. And last week I introduced a book called The Contributions of Black Women to America. I'm using that book as an example of leaving a positive legacy. And last week my example was the editor of the book. She was the first person I used as an example to show leaving a positive legacy. And so with that, we're going to just continue with what legacy are you leaving behind. And this week we're going to look at two women who left some good contributions to the African American community in the education department. And this book has so much knowledge that I want to try to give you everything at once, but as you can see, I cannot do that in my 8 to 15 minute segments, because again, these are power shots and I want to give you something that pushes you to do and think differently within 15 minutes. That's my goal. So let's go ahead and move forward. And the first person I want to talk about, is her name is Hattie Elaine Liston. Now, Miss Hattie, in 1970, she was the only black woman in North Carolina that was licensed to practice psychology. That's covering a milestone, considering back in the 70s, the South still had some issues. So that was a milestone for a woman, and a black woman, to be the first one to practice psychology. Not only was she the first woman to practice psychology, she was also the author of How to Study and Learn. And this book was used widely in senior high schools and in colleges. So you see, she left a legacy. She left something for us to look up to. And I just, as I'm reading this book, I'm becoming motivated myself to do better as far as leaving a positive impact, to let the world know that I was here, not just only through my children, although that is a blessing from God to have children and to let the world know that you was here, but it's got to be a little bit, for me, it has to be more. So that's what I desire to do. I desire to leave a legacy, a positive legacy. And the next woman I want to talk about is Miss Marva. Now, Miss Marva was a bad girl. Miss Marva Collins is her name. I'm just going to read the excerpt of the book, from the book about Miss Marva. I love what she did, and she really inspired me. Miss Marva Collins is a modern day pioneer. In 1975, she bought a 24-room house on the poor, run-down west side of Chicago and opened the West Side Preparatory School, a private school from grades K through 6. This was a black woman. A black woman educating the black children in the community. She opened her own school. She opened her own school. I don't know if that does anything for you all, but that does a lot for me. And that again, it motivates me to leave a positive legacy for generations to come, because that's what it's about. From my parents' generation and their generation and their generation, each generation is supposed to pave the way for the next generation. And it's unfortunate that that's not happening now. But we have to start somewhere. We have to get back to that sense of pride. We have to get back to that sense of responsibility. We have to get back to that sense of self-respect. Moving on. Now, she opened her school beginning along with 12 pupils on the second floor of her home. She now teaches about 30 children in 2 classes with the aid of an assistant back then, because this was back in 1975. Her plans for expansion do not include requesting federal aid from the government, and this is why I like her. She says, and she quotes, "I don't expect society to teach these children." That statement by itself is positive. Not just positive, but powerful. Because we, as black women, should not put all our trust in the teachers. Education starts at home. So when your child is falling behind, it's not the parent, it's not the teacher's fault. It's your fault. Why? Because from the time that child is born up until age 5, he or she is in your care. And that is the time you're supposed to be teaching him or her ABCs, her 1, 2, 3s, knowing her colors. We as parents are supposed to prepare our children to go to class, and basically what we've taught them, what they're learning in class, is just a refresher course. But now what we teaching our children? How to cuss, how to twerk, how to fight, how to be a menace to society. That's what we teaching our children. And then you want to get mad at the teacher because your child is falling behind. That's not the teacher's fault. That's your fault. I'm going to get off of that tangent. And it goes on to say about Miss Collins. Miss Collins' curriculum was found upon the basics of reading, writing, vocabulary, math, and it expanded to include the study of recognized authors. She created her own curriculum. And we can do the same thing. We are in an age where information is at our fingertips. We can teach our children by pulling stuff off the internet. But no, we too busy doing other stuff, getting caught up in relationships. And then not just relationships, destructive relationships. We too busy trying to be better than the next female. Why? When you special in your own way. Ladies, I don't mean to bark at you. But what I mean to do is keep it raw and 100 with you. Leave a legacy for your children. When you expire, let the person who is doing your eulogy, don't make it where they have to lie about you. Excuse me, but I need this tea right now. Leave a legacy that's worth something. And that's my desire, to leave a legacy that's worth something. Yes, 20 years ago, like I said last week, I was known for cussing you out, being ready to fight you, and all these kind of things. And there are some people who still remember me 20 years ago. I'm going to tell you this. I don't even deal with them because they're stuck back 20 years ago. I am in the present. I am in 2016. I am not in 1990, 1980. I am in 2016. I am a different person. I am a different woman. I think differently. That's why I'm doing these videos. Again, like I said last week, I'm not pulling this stuff out my rear. The questions that I'm asking you and the things that I'm saying to you, I said them to myself first. So we have to get back to a place where we are respectful of ourselves, where we have pride about ourselves, where we have pride about raising our children, where we just have pride, period. And I'm not talking about arrogant pride. I mean a pride where you won't allow yourself to do certain stuff, where you won't allow yourself to take foolishness from that no good, nothing, you know what. Ladies, I pray again. Like I said, I'm always praying. I don't even know y'all, but I'm praying for y'all. God knows you because he's your creator. But I'm praying for you, and I'm not lying when I say that. I'm praying that at some point you get it together, because people's lives are depending on you getting it together. And I'm just going to leave you with that. And I'm also going to leave you with my email address in the event that you have a prayer request. You don't have to tell me what your problem is. Just say you need prayer, and I will pray for you. If you want to be specific, that's fine as well. You don't have to worry about me sharing your information, because that's not me. Excuse me. The only person I'm going to take it to is I'm going to take it to God. And that email address is tTWT1620@gmail.com. That's tTWT1620@gmail.com. I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. And again, I thank you for listening to Tea Time with Tammy. God bless you. I love you, but God loves you more. Know that.